kittens, I'm Pippa and this is pippajonesbeauty. This is the place where I love to get together with you and talk about all things beauty, including fragrance, skincare, makeup, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And this Saturday morning, I thought that I would do one of my favorite fragrance houses, By Killian, Paris. And I saw on Sephora that a little set that I had gotten last Christmas had come on sale, or not on sale, had been restocked, and it was now available at Sephora. So I was like, you know what, I wonder if people who were kind of thinking about Kilian, they'd heard about, in whatever Hollywood moment, they had heard about By Killian because some celebrities have said some of their favorite fragrances were By Killian. But so I thought, you know what, this is something that I would want to know about, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite brands, but I'll put some of my favorite shots of my collection. A very nice person had commented that they liked my normal backdrop, which is my fragrance collection. I try to make it look like, the old alchemist apocryphy, those shelves from potions and whatnot from the Middle Ages. Yeah, so I like that kind of look with my fragrances. And anyway, so I'll put in some shots now of my By Killian collection, one of my favorite brands. And woo, it is getting sunny here. Well, thank you for joining me today, and if this is your first time, welcome. If it is not, thanks for coming back again. I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel and the community. That really helps support me. Makes me happy. But give it a thumbs up if you learned something, like something, and comment down below. What do you think of By Killian? Have you ever wanted to try it? Do you have a favorite By Killian fragrance? Someday I will rank my By Killian fragrances, but I don't have it with me because obviously I am not at home. I am up north, as we say in my state. But so if you don't know about Kilian Hennessy, he is this founder of the company By Killian Paris, and he comes from a family of booze makers, basically. And I do rather like booze a lot, but I try not to drink it that much because I do try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. But it is definitely something that I enjoy. Up here up north, we have what is called a brandy old fashioned, which if you ask for it in Florida, they have absolutely no idea what a brandy old fashioned is, but it is a very sweet, delicious cocktail. And if you make it the right way, they actually take a sugar cube and they grind it up. They take oranges and they mull it up, and then they can make them sweet or sour. Usually they're brandy or whiskey around here. But I do not drink those because they're full of sugar, and I'm being blasted by light again. Go to a meeting, but I'm back and we lost our sunlight. Now we have rain. So we're talking about Kilian and how he grew up in this liquor making family. It was very having to do with luxury, and so he created this company, and he kind of wanted to, from what I read about him, he wanted to kind of marry this, this luxurious liquor type of history with the old history of perfumery and the modern contemporary world in perfumery. So what he came up with was his brand, and it is now owned by Estee Lauder. So they have been around, I believe, since 2007 was when he started this, and they were taken over by, or they bought out by Estee Lauder, but I believe Kilian is still Kilian Hennessy still part of this company in some respect. But what's kind of cool about the brand is a lot of his bottles, the bottles are refillable, so there's definitely this like eco consideration and conscious for it. They have lipsticks now too that I believe you can get refills for. That's as far as I know, all the rest of the beauty beyond that. But so old school meets contemporary in terms of fragrance. They also seem to divide kind of my research on the brand is they kind of like the Kilian website has their perfumes divided into these categories, such I guess you'd call scent families, such as like the liquors, the cellars, the freshy, the fresh, the smokes. So that's kind of how they have it divided now on their website, although other research and there were other group launches that were like Arabian Nights, which featured like all ouds, and like In the Garden of Good and Evil, when that's where there were fragrances such as like Good Girl Gone Bad and Dangerous Liaisons, I believe was in that release too. So there's kind of two different categories of out there of how they classify the perfumes. But oh, and there was one release, My Kind of Love, that I think was only on the Sephora website as far as I can remember, and the By Killian site. And what's kind of neat is that, and I'll put it up here, they had, there was a bunch of fragrances, I think 5 or 6 that were released, and they were no longer available for a while, and then just re-released. Sephora, the VIB people could purchase last week early, and I think it's open to everyone. It was like early app access, but that was the fun. No, it was you don't need to have a prince to be a princess. Was re-released in a full size and a travel size, and that's the only one I've seen of that too. But I also put up here, they also do have travel size fragrances that aren't just the little mini tester or discovery set sizes, but actually bigger sizes of the really popular ones like Angel Share and Rolling in Love, and I try to see which other ones, but I'll put them up here, that are at a more reasonable cost than a full-size bottle. So that is another option. But for this site, this available again at Sephora, I thought it was super duper cool that they have the little decanters available. So these are mini of the giant decanter that you can buy from Kilian. They're available usually on most places like Bergdorf, and you know, they come and go in the different sizes, but you can get the big half from them. But this was so cute, $165, and it features these 5 very, very popular fragrances. There is Apple Brandy, Angel Share, Roses on Ice, Vodka on the Rocks, and La Hartford, which I think is how you say it, but again, I am not a French speaker. Unfortunately, I wish I was. But so super duper cute, and I just thought that, you know, should be out there. If you haven't seen this, if you haven't checked it out, and you want, maybe you have like Love Don't Be Shy, or you know, one fragrance, and you always were like, oh man, I really wanted to check out the rest of them. I think that this is a really cool way to do it. Although they aren't sprays, they are truly the mini decanters. I thought it was just cool. $165 for them. I take it as a travel size. I do have all of them, all of these in full size except for the La Hartford. But yeah, so it is the little dauber, or you can use this part as the little dauber. But you know, it's easier to spray, but I thought it was super cool. Which one is this one? Oh yeah. So Apple Brandy, you know, it's very sweet, it's very boozy, it's very, let me see what else it is for the accords and the perfumer. So Sydney Lessier, I believe is how you say it. The name of the perfumer is the one who came up with this one, but this one is definitely sweet boozy, woodsy in the notes that they say: cardamom, apple, rum, brandy, vanilla, moss, and then cedar and ambroxan in the base. So I think apple brandy, I really do love apple brandy. I probably love apple brandy, I think, more than angel share. And I do love angel share a lot too, because it is another boozy fragrance. Oh my gosh, there was a hummingbird hovering right outside the window. It was so cool. But yeah, angel, you know, the thing I think I love about By Killian, and again, I say, oh, I like boozy fragrances, or I like, you know, I enjoy a cocktail, you know, the whole art of making cocktails sometimes, or drinking really great cocktails. But I think I do love like the booziness, the smoothness of the luxury. You know, I do like, you know, Back in Black and Intoxicated and stuff like that. That smells like, you know, those tobacco-y, boozy, vanilla-y, and gourmandies in there. You know, they're kind of up my alley. And this one, Vodka on the Rocks, which then you're like, ooh, Vodka on the Rocks. So it's probably, you know, another boozy gourmandy one. But this one actually is more, you know, it has like juniper berries and I believe cucumber. And this one is like a more like, I think it's more of like an aromatic one. Let's see what the, where are you, Vodka on the Rocks? It's like more like cardamom and aldehydes. No, not Vodka on the Rocks. I don't think so. There's no Vodka on the Rocks. Yeah. You know, Lily of the Valley, rose in the middle, which reminds me of the other one, Roses on Ice. Another, this one is more like, I think a Shepherd floral. Because it has the, you know, it's it's not so much a very rosy forward scent. It's more like Roses is the one with cucumber and juniper, and the rose is kind of like in the middle in the base. You know, but they're all, yeah, they're just all, they're very smooth. They're very, you know, I wouldn't say that they're the most projectile. I mean, the scent bubble is not like huge, but they're just so good. To me, they're just so absolutely smooth, delicious, you know, fragrances that, you know, even when they're just still close to your skin after a few hours, and you can just smell yourself and just be like, oh yeah, you know, just so good. Which one did I not talk about? Which one is the, oh, the one I can't really say too well, which is the, go. Vert. So very green, more fresh, a little bit bitter. A little bit bitter, but the notes in this one are absinthe, licorice, violet leaf. Probably why I like this, because I do like violet leaf a lot. The vetiver in the base. A little bit of patchouli, but not like not like overpoweringly earthy, more like fresh and green. I'd say like that. But so some really great scents if you are always wanting to be into By Killian or test out more. I think that this is a great option to go. But that's what I like to travel with, although, you know, I am traveling. I am up north too, and I usually do take a few fragrances with me. So I took Moonlight in Heaven, and I took Woman in Gold, who is. So these are two of the ones that I've really been pulling for. Why? Because this one is a very, it's very fruity. It's very fresh. It's very sweet. It has that, you know, mango vibe in the middle, but it you know, it's just a really good one. And Woman in Gold, a floral that, a very sweet floral. This is kind of like when I think of like summery to me, like these are the kind of fragrances that I tend to go for. Very like fruity, floral, sweet, not like so much the gourmandy type of sweet, but just like the sweet floral ones. So By Killian, I have a big collection. I really love them, and I think it's cool that they have different options for refillables and refills, not refillables, for refills. So they're very like eco-friendly that way. You know, it's a luxury perfume with a cool history and a cool concept. When we think about the vibes that perfumes give, you know, fragrance gives, houses give out to their consumers and their fans, you know, I like this one. I like this like smooth, boozy, you know, the history of Hennessy, the history of, you know, the barrels, the liqueurs, the smokes. I like it. I like it, you know. It's like, you know, Juliet has a gun, you know, they have this very, you know, their cult following is kind of more like, kind of hippie, kind of cool, you know, cool kid, you know, very like, more casual type. This one is definitely, I would say, like luxurious. It is a luxury brand, you know, like luxurious, like suave, chic, boozy, smoky. I like that, you know, kind of like Byredo's a little bit hipster too. You know, they kind of have this like little bit of a hip following. So I like this one. And let me know, are you a fan of By Killian? Would you like to try this out? What do you think of this cool little option, and recommend for me what, you know, what are your favorites? I do have an extensive collection, but there are still a few more on my wish list. What do you think I should get next? Thanks for stopping by today. I hope your day is a good one. Remember, please give it a thumbs up. You like something, learned something, thought it was cool, and I would love if you would subscribe down below, join in the community. I come out with all sorts of videos on beauty, makeup, fragrance, skincare, and the like.